All right, ladies and gentlemen, as I earlier told you, we are right here at the Ghana Digital Innovation Week. And I have with me here the phenomenal Snr Adu Gyamfi, the chairman of the Ghana Hubs Network. Last year, we spoke to him, and there was a conversation about bridging innovation and industrialization. But one cannot deny the fact that this year, Ghana is transitioning. It is almost done into the digital system. Sir, you're welcome to DTC official.
Thank you very much.
As the chairman of the Ghana Hubs Network, we've realized that all these hubs are around, but there's still a gap, especially linking employability to skill development. What do you think is not really matching the system and matching in the system?
Right. Thank you very much. It's good to be here once again. Last year we talked in Kumasi. This year we are here in Accra at the National Gathering. And I think to go back to your question, I think the key issue, and it's not just here in Accra, but across the regions. I mean, when we engaged across the 6 regions, Upper West, Northern region, Ashanti region, Bono East region, Eastern region, Western region, the key issue that started across was the issue of connectivity. Even though in the urban centers we could have up to 94% of connectivity, if you go into the rural areas, it's about 40%. As the further you move away from Accra, the network quality drops. And so that's an issue that we have brought out in the ecosystem, and because of the 6 regional programs, they were highlighted. And so as we move ahead, as we go along within the coming year, some of the issues that we'll be engaging on quite a lot has to do with engaging the relevant partners, relevant stakeholders to be able to enhance the quality of the network service, especially outside of Accra. The reason being that it ties into your question of bridging the skills gap, because if you bridge the skills gap, that is when people are able to create jobs, they're able to create initiatives and ventures that also enhances the economy. Because what they are doing will be to create markets and also create innovations that expands the economy, that creates new economies, as I may put it. As you've gone around, you're seeing that people are coming up with fantastic ideas, different ideas, mainly to ensure that they have a stephold or a foothold into creating the necessary initiatives that will create jobs. And so I would say that in building skills and building and bridging the skills gap, forming the necessary partnerships and collaborations with the private sector, with academia, and with government, to be able to expand and skills building gaps, especially in emerging technologies and issues around AI, augmented reality, blockchain, and the rest. Not just build them for the sake of building them, but build them to link them to local challenges, local problems. Because it's only when these technologies and these enablers, as I choose to call them, are linked to the challenges within our ecosystem at the local level. That is when we are able to then create opportunities, create new business for the economy, and then also ensure that people have jobs to do. Those who have cutting-edge skills in Ghana at the moment are doing quite well, because what they are doing is that some of them are working remotely, others have been recruited to go outside to be able to work and earn. And so it means that it tells us that we need to do more. Because just like in the medical field, when people are trained, they leave. The same thing in the innovation and digital sector, where the more you train, the more others also leave and seek greener pastures elsewhere. And so we are as hubs and as a network of hubs, what the hubs are doing across the country is to build the necessary partnerships that would enable them to be able to build skills. And they're not just doing that among the youth; they are doing that with school children as well. We're catching them young, so that at that level, once you inculcate the habit of market creating or innovations that create markets, what you're doing is that you are building a cadre or a core group of people who will come out of school and will not be looking at people creating jobs for them, but creating jobs for themselves and others.
All right, so that's one amazing thing I appreciated today, seeing all these senior high schools, young kids come up with amazing innovations. Now, let me shift the conversation a bit to policy development. It is presumed or assumed that if care is not taken, AI and Africa's future is not as we predict it may be, because just as everything has two folds, AI also have its negativity. That leads to content creation. One expert tells me that our content creation, when you look at Africa, is mainly on comedy and stuff that are not really necessary. So there is not enough content on AI, robotics, things that inspire people to dream. Is there any steps towards policy development or policy direction such that we'll be able to curb our digital space to sanity?
There's a lot of action in the ecosystem with respect to policy on the AI, with respect to even policy that guides the ecosystem. All of that are being worked on. Things like AI, interestingly and very good for the ecosystem. The hubs are taking center stage. If you go to the university, the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology in Kumasi, where we are all from. Now, in that area, there's a responsible AI lab. So at the responsible AI lab, Dr. Ponyo and his people, what they do is to build capacity around the responsible use of AI. And so you're addressing some of the issues that you talked about. Because for every issue that is good, there's also a negativity. And so one of the issues that the responsible AI lab does is to build capacity and also reduce the incidence of negativity around AI, and to deploy AI to good use for development, for research, to address sanitation, to address water purity, to address key issues that are very salient to us. And so I would say that there is a challenge in the area of people's perception, but there's a lot of work that is going on at the university level, at the hub level, at the private sector level, combining together, and even with government to be able to ensure that we build the necessary capacity, we build the necessary structures and governance systems that will ensure that AI benefits us. More importantly, because you have the Google AI Center that is here, and so Ghana is sort of emerging as a center of AI for Africa. And I think that with such interventions in place, we'll be able to curb the negativity.
All right, that's amazing speaking to you. Thank you so much for joining us, Snr Adu Gyamfi.
Always amazing speaking to you.
This is Snr Adu Gyamfi, the chairman of the Ghana Hubs Network, and I won't lie to you, he's doing amazing with the various hubs, bridging the gap between skill development and employability. Check the Ghana Hubs Network for more information. Thank you. Catch you in another episode.